Good morning, everybody. And welcome to the October 23rd, 2025 Board of Selectmen meeting. Today it's in the Cone Room and on Zoom. As usual, we will start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of October 9th, 2025?
Lauren Rabin, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
And is there a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting of October 9th, 2025?
Lauren Rabin, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you. Going on to the first selectmen's updates. In a couple hours, we'll be over at celebrating the UN, at UN Day at JC, Julian Curtis. Always a fun day. And they do, if you have never been to that, it's an amazing display of diversity here in Greenwich. All the different countries, and the kids are so proud as they parade around with the flags, and it's really something if you've never been there. So I believe it's at 1. And Glenville School, I think for it was round 2. They'll be back this Friday.
Back for two appearances.
2 appearances, west side, best side, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully the mayor of Glenville can be there for that. That's tomorrow. I think it's at 9:30, Ken?
Tomorrow and Monday.
Tomorrow and Monday. And October 26th, this Sunday, I will be speaking at the Northeast Greenwich Association, updating them on town matters and also answering any questions that they have. And Ken, I mentioned about the second Glenville visit. We have a ribbon cutting again in Old Greenwich next Monday at 11 o'clock. It's over the name of the business we wrote. We did some type of ceremony over there, right where OG Social is.
Oh, is it the yoga studio?
Yes, no, it's a.
Is it Suma? Are you talking
Suma.
about Suma?
Thank you. I have 2 brains up here, and neither one belongs to me. So thank you. So that's Suma. It's a great, God bless you. It's a great new business there. It's if you haven't been in there, you go in there. They have lots of different things where you can go in heat and cold. I don't know if they have cryotherapy there, but they have just about everything else. So if you want to live to be 100, go over to Suma, Peter. It's not too far from where you live, right down the road.
I get this wonderful care from the VA.
And then same day we have the Leadership Institute graduation here at Town Hall at 12 o'clock. And then the mayor of an Italian town near in the Dolomites, but I thought it was Venice, but I was wrong. But he's coming to Town Hall bearing gifts. I don't know what they are, but we're looking forward to speaking with him and hearing all about this little town in the mountains up there in North Italy. That's that later that day, right after the Institute graduation. And then the Greenwich Historical Society is having a dinner honoring Deborah Mecke, the outgoing executive director, on the 29th at 6 o'clock at Bellhaven. Deborah's done a great job there. It's just a wonderful campus there and great programs. And as you know, we're working really closely with them on the America 250th Greenwich, Connecticut Commission. Lots of things are being planned as we speak, so culminating with the 250th birthday on July 4th. So should be fun. GFD promotion ceremony on the Thursday, 10:30 at 11 o'clock. And November 4th is Election Day. So I want to thank everybody who's been outside and certainly our Registrar of Voters office and the town clerk for making early voting go seamlessly. And I would say good luck to some and good health to all, right? We want to be nice. We want everybody to get through it in a healthy manner and still be friends at the end of the day, because that's the American way. And I'll leave it at that for now. So good morning, Lauren.
Good morning. That gave me a chuckle for sure. I think I'm correct. I'm not usually the one that announces things, but is it the trick or treat on Greenwich Avenue this Saturday
Oh,
from Greenwich Moms?
and
Not
then
to
there's
be
a how,
confu-
and there's
Not
a
to be
ho-
confused with Greenwich Voting Moms.
and also Howl and Prowl.
Oh, Hal and Prow.
Yes.
So speaking of the kids, because yeah, it is special to see them parade at Julian Curtis, and I think it's like 60 countries. So I'll be taking pictures of the kids from Japan, and I'm very excited that we will be voting finally on the slate that we're going to nominate for the Riverside School Building Committee.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning. Well, definitely Halloween is in the air, and fall is in the air. I'm looking forward tonight to Greenwich Tree Conservancy's Treasured Tree celebration at Sam Bridges. That's always a lovely celebration. And then tomorrow is one of many trunk or treats in town. I'll be going to River Houses from 5 to 7. Always fun. And Fred, just want to echo your very gracious words. Absolutely. Good luck to all in the coming election. Do everyone go out to vote? And on that note, on November 12th at 6 o'clock, the League of Women Voters is having a case study. It's called The History of the Secret Ballot. I think very appropriate for these times.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. And thanks to you both for filling in gaps where I missed, so thank you. Very light schedule today. There is nothing under old business. And going on to new business, the request for the temporary closure of Greenwich Avenue on November 11th for the Veterans Day Walk. And our good friend Peter LeBeau is here from American Legion Post 29. And I know the chief was here, but this was been vetted and we've discussed. Yes. From one Army guy to another.
You're on ranking, I believe.
Well, actually, I was a captain in the service. I think he retired as a lieutenant colonel. So, I'm the commander, and he's the senior vice commander. But I don't do anything unless I talk to Jim. So, anyway, we're making our annual request for the closure of certain streets on Veterans Day to accommodate the walk down and also the ceremony that we have in front of the what is it, Restoration Hardware?
Restoration Hardware.
Yeah. This year, we're going to have 2 honorees. It's not public yet, but I can make it public right now. One is Livy Florin.
Great choice.
Livy has been a great supporter of us, a generous contributor to us. And when I mentioned this to her, I didn't give her any wiggle room. I said, you are going to be honored. You are. Well, she'll be honored. She sent me her bio and a picture. And the other, we're going to have I think she'll be a lieutenant colonel by the time she gets here. Her family fled Serbia when she was about 8 years old. They fled to the United States, and they were so grateful to be here. And so she grew up in Danbury, Connecticut, went to college, then went into the United States Army, nursing corps. She has served 27 years already. She's been in combat zones 3 times. And she is an ER nurse. And anybody that's ever been in an ER in a combat zone, that's tough duty. She's terrific. She's about this tall. And she has this very, very long Serbian name, which no one can pronounce. But the first 4 letters of her first name.
Easy, Pete. Kidding, go ahead.
Do we need to talk? The first 4 letters of her first name are C-H-U-M, Chum. So she goes by Chum. And she will be introduced. You'll see her name, and you won't be able to pronounce it. But we have a doctor at the post. She joined. Her name is Elizabeth Powers. She was an Army doctor for 14 years, retired after 14 years as a major. She's a member of Post 29. And she was an ER doctor. So I put the Chum lives right now in Washington, where she's posted, and Liz. They got together, they talked and exchanged, a lot of stuff, and so Liz is going to introduce Chum.
Well, we look forward to meeting her and seeing Livy, and was Colonel Clare coming?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always good to see him too. Well,
Yeah.
well, thank you, I appreciate it, and I
think we need
Now,
to vote
I have one
because-
question.
Yeah, we need to vote on this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's past our next meeting,
Yes, we know, we're going to vote on this now.
or it's
One-
before our next meeting, I mean.
Right.
One
And it's
question.
not,
Do-
you do it every year.
Yeah.
It's not
The traffic
controversial.
plan has been vetted by the police, Janet,
Yeah.
and everything is,
Perfect.
Do we need to send out a separate flyer about our event, or will, I know that'll be included in what the town sends out.
Yeah, I mean, if you send it to us, we send out in the weekly e-blast that goes out on Friday morning. We'll certainly repost it on social media. Yeah, I think that's fine, because that hits tens of thousands of.
We have good attendance.
Yeah, no,
today.
we do.
Yeah, and this year we're going to have more chairs than we usually have.
Right.
People complained about there not being
Yeah,
enough chairs.
and I like the idea years ago where we would bring photos of relatives that served,
Mhm.
and I remember bringing one of my dad in a Marine Corps uniform, so that was
Same.
it's really nice.
It's lovely. The Boy Scouts have done that, yes.
Yeah.
Did you have a question for me?
I was just going to suggest, it's always lovely to see this, events like this in the local media. So if you need help, I mean,
I'll help you with that.
right, I was going to say that the Sentinel has their, events
We
and,
usually get pretty good coverage. But
yeah, but you have to
somebody
send it
to,
out.
Yeah,
Right,
send-
you have
yeah,
to send it out.
Yeah, Jan's right.
I'll
Just,
work with you on that.
yeah, send it out to them, but, all right, this is great. We'll definitely get it out there for you, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Lauren Raven, I motion that we approve the request for a temporary closure on Greenwich Avenue on November 11th for the Veterans Day Walk.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
Excuse me, all those in favor? Fred Camillo's a yes?
Lauren Raven, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
So Peter, Ken is, and thank you for doing this, Peter, I appreciate it. Ken, so,
John, I'm gonna get John Ostrowski on the phone.
yeah, I was gonna say, I can call
I
him.
got him.
Okay, great. So this is the next item, and Rich Flood and John Mastracchio, who were appointed.
Hey, John, I'm putting you on speakerphone, getting you by the mic. They know we can do a second read in November, so you're all good to go. Okay, can we hear him? Okay?
Press the,
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
press the speaker,
Okay.
Ken.
I did. Okay, can you say something, John?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Can people
I'll
hear
wait
him?
to be called
I
upon.
don't think the microphone's on.
It is.
Put it right against the mic.
Okay, modern technology. So yeah, John, if you could just give us a quick rundown, and then I got you, Fred. Then we can, then we'll probably continue it to the next meeting.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me do this remotely. I'm glad I reread Ken's text because he did say no swearing, because I'll be on speakerphone. So the where we are now is the intermunicipal task force. After we had approved what we did a few months ago, decided to come up with this resolution and went back to everybody, and they actually essentially asked everybody if they wanted to write a white paper about a particular topic, and some of them are very good. I have a minor objection to one of the white papers, and that is it was not strong enough about the concept of parking, and they seem to kind of bless the idea of one of the municipalities building a larger structure near the airport to handle parking. And my argument all along has been there's not enough parking by design, so the airport really can't grow. So I have a concern about kind of giving that backhanded nod to saying, sure, build a garage and increase capacity. But having said that, on the whole, the resolution seems reasonable. Again, we are outside of the state entirely, so I think our voice doesn't carry enough weight as it should, but being part of this group is probably a good thing. Given the quantity of materials to read, I'm going to guess that there's no way that the RTM waives the second read requirement. So if we were to get onto their calendar for November.
Well, there's
they
no
really
November meeting,
weren't-
December.
I'm sorry? Say again?
December, there's no November meeting, John, December.
Oh, see, I've forgotten everything about the RTM since leaving. So we're really looking at much further down the road. I guess we can certainly follow procedure and let it play out. I'm wondering, I guess we would need Barbara to weigh in on whether about the legality of doing it this way. Well, what I would suggest is maybe just kind of have the Board of Selectmen give a nod to it along the lines of, well, we have no objection, we'll move this to the RTM, but you're not going to see a result till at least January. I don't know if that's legal or not. Anyway, it's kind of a backdoor solution to getting this back to the committee. But anyway, that's kind of like where we stand, and I want Rich to weigh in, which is why I'd like to table this to next meeting.
Yeah, no,
just
we can
because
certainly pick this up again first. We would do a second read anyway, so we would get you on the agenda for the first meeting in November.
And that would
that's great,
still,
because he wrote one of the white papers, so I would love to have him
and
speak
that would
to it.
still be in time to get to the December.
Yeah, it will be.
I don't have the date offhand.
That's
It
early
wouldn't be
November.
the first, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be.
November 13th is.
Yes.
Right.
So it-
But you,
I doubt it's before that.
Yeah, it would probably be like the 14th.
So yeah, we would
right,
be able to
I
have you
think-
both
I
come
think
back
it's
in
all
November.
Fine, but even if it weren't, we could simply get it onto the agenda, onto the call, in anticipation of us having our second read. I mean, there's nothing that stops
Yeah, and
that.
it's not a legal thing, it's just a process, just so
Yeah.
John's clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right
So-
then,
so we'll-
does anyone have any questions for John while I have him, or
I mean, I do have.
from the
if you-
board,
if you-
Peter,
yeah,
from the board?
if you don't mind. I do have a couple of questions. One is just kind of process. What is the next step exactly? Like, is it just you're just looking for a thumbs up, thumbs down?
John, did you hear that?
No, I was just going to say, Ken, I'm going to ask you to repeat it.
Okay, yeah,
so that-
Janet wanted to know what the next step in the process was, whether you're looking for a thumbs up, thumb down from the board, or like a formal approval of this. She just wants to know what you guys would need next from the Board of Selectmen.
The way I see it is, and I may be wrong, but I think what we would need to do is we would want the Board of Selectmen to say, thumbs up, put this on the calendar for the RTM so that the body can approve a resolution. Now, the other municipalities have had their various governmental boards sign off on it, whether it be a court clerk or whatever, and give take that resolution, stamp it with the seal, and somebody sign it officially. Now, clearly, that's so formal that I would think it has to go through the RTM. But from the board itself, really just reviewing it and saying, sure.
Right. And then a follow-up question. So it was some number of years ago that all of the public meetings about this were happening. So I'm quite sure that all of the interested parties in town have probably forgotten a little bit about it. So I'm just wondering, is it worth, some kind of, publicity or public notice or
Janet wants to know if it's
outreach?
worth like doing more public notice so people in the public, especially those close to the airport, are aware that this is coming to the Board of Selectmen for an endorsement, and then going to the RTM after that. So
Right.
maybe outreach from the task force to the public.
Right. I do know, for
I
instance.
think that's transparency with the public on things like this is always a good idea. I would encourage the board really kind of to read the resolution, and although I do not see anything wrong with it, that doesn't mean that there's not. So,
Well, and
sure,
it-
I would say, reaching out to the public, getting the press involved is not a bad idea for
And it's-
something like this.
It's not entirely all about getting endorsement. It's more about just keeping people apprised of what's happening, because it is something that's of big concern and interest. And like I said, these processes take so long that then they fall off people's radar. I know, for instance, that the Sustainability Committee wrote a letter during the public comment window. I know that the various neighborhood associations were also taking an interest in participating. So I think that they would just like to know that progress has been made, that this has been accepted. It's not even necessarily that we're looking for input at this point.
Yeah, it's more an awareness. So is that something that could go in, Fred, the
Yeah,
community
you bet.
connections?
Probably
and
put it in
just-
next week, so people are ready for
Yeah.
the meeting on the 13th. So.
And we'll put it out in social
And,
media.
and it's
Yeah,
more,
so
again,
we'll help you get
awareness,
the word
not
out, John.
Right. Well, in a timely,
So,
the
let me just
Northeast
share,
Greenwich
one-
Association,
one
which
second.
has a
One
very
second,
big
John.
interest
One-
in
John,
that,
one
right?
Yes.
They're meeting on Sunday.
Yes.
John wanted to add one thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead, John.
this is just my OCD coming out, and I'm going to leave it to you as the experts to determine whether or not to bless something like this. This is my OCD coupled with my career as a computer programmer, and I worry about writing things down like this. I would feel so much more comfortable with, hey, County of Westchester, we support and encourage your goal to keep the airport the way it is and not expand in size. I think once we start to say things like, improve this in particular, you kind of create an if-then-else loop, and I worry about.
Yeah.
Here's the example I'll give you. As a pilot, I know, and the public generally doesn't know this, that the control tower closes at 11 p.m. So any flight landing after 11 p.m. does so on an uncontrolled airfield, which is not inherently dangerous, but people don't know that. And there are flights that do come in, commercial flights that come in after 11. And I toyed with the idea of going public with that, and I thought, okay, let's let the public know it's a good thing. And then I thought, well, is that going to force the FAA then to man the control tower 24 hours a day? And if they do that, does that create more traffic? So, I worry about being very specific, and that, again, that's just my crazy sensibility, and I just want to share that with you.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll certainly word it in a way, because we have, first of all, thank you to you and Rich for doing that, accepting the assignment and representing our interests very well, and then bringing it back to us. But we have a very good relationship with the county executive's office. I am in touch with them periodically, and especially the former county executive, who's now a congressman, George Latimer. They've been very honest and upfront about things, and the airport policy, when it comes to including expansion, really can change from administration to administration. So I think we want to make sure, I knew what Rob Astorino's plans were. I knew Envision. I knew what George Latimer's was. Ken Jenkins will probably follow along with George. He served with George. But at the end of the day, I think people just, I know, having spoken to them, that we just need to be a little clear on that, things can change, and that they asked us if we wanted to participate, but at the end of the day, we don't have jurisdiction there. They were just being very good neighbors, and we'll convey that, John, so people know it's not etched in stone, and that we had some part in the final say. We don't, but we certainly do have a great relationship with them, and they do. For example, they do change flight patterns periodically to give people a break. And you're right. There was an agreement not to fly between midnight and 6 a.m. The West County sued the FAA many years ago and lost, trying to prevent those flights. But the FAA did say that in a gentleman's agreement they would do their best not to have flights after 12. We found out in the last 7 or 8 years there were some flights after 12. Not to get into what it was, but it was alarming to people. Not that much, but it was happening. And I spoke with then County Executive Latimer. He acknowledged that. He also had frustration with it, just like everyone else. He wasn't getting the information from the then administration in Washington, so he was frustrated. And he was getting blamed, but it wasn't him. But they do try their best to abide by the agreement to not fly between 12 and 6. But these are a lot of things that you wouldn't know unless you went to the hearing a few years ago that we had at Harvest Time Church with Westchester and Greenwich. But certainly, again, we can make sure it's in there and try to be as clear as we can, John, so that people know that it's not something that we have a final say over, but we're just participating because they were good neighbors to us.
Yeah, and we support the other towns that have already adopted this resolution for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. And again, that's just my computer technology mind of, well, we're telling you this is what we want, and let's not dilute this, but it's a good initiative gotten together by some good people with great intentions. So again, I have no objection other than my crazy concern of, well, we're telling you we would like this, and I'm afraid of, well, how they get to this.
Well, we'll have you on the agenda for the meeting on the 13th, and we can get a resolution then on that.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and before I go, I want to thank all of you for supporting the Glenville Volunteer Fire Company and showing up at the Dice Award. So thank you again. It means a lot to us.
No, thank you. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Be well.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Okay, so we'll take
That
that up
seems
again.
like a lifetime ago.
Please come up.
And Ken, we'll go over a draft of that so it's conveyed
Probably
correctly.
run it next week since we'll close.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter Alexander, landscape architect, lifelong resident here. I remember the Berlin airlift from Westchester Airport. That was pretty amazing in the 50s. But the town is a direct abutter to the airport. Does that give us a strong legal standing to be able to question or get involved formally? Really? And does that apply to the runoff as well? Because interstate runoff is.
And they have to do some research.
Peter,
Okay.
Peter, they were pretty clear that we did not have any jurisdiction, but they invited us as good neighbors, and which is what I stated that before, and we have a good relationship with them. So it's not like they're running roughshod over us. They do reach out to us. I've met with them several times over the last 6 years. So no, we don't have jurisdiction there, but
You sure?
Yes, we are definitely sure. We're
I'm
sure.
licensed in New York also, and they have really
We-
strong abutter. I've had to put up with this
No,
before.
we're sure.
But at any rate, the public comment
Yeah.
period was a long window, and it closed quite some time ago.
But anyway.
So public comments shut off.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, we have a couple nominations.
Yes.
No. Good.
All right, so as I mentioned, we are nominating for the Riverside School Building Committee. So Lauren Rabin, I motion that we
No.
nominate Brian
Sit
Finkel
down.
to serve on the Riverside School Building Committee.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those, excuse me, one more word, you're going to leave. I heard what you said. All right, one more word, you're out of here. Peter,
it's not
I'm going to
about-
ask you to leave one more time, both of you, all right? We only go through this with you two. Enough. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can we
We
go
can
on with our
leave business.
business,
One-
please? This isn't a public meeting, a public hearing.
Excuse me, all right, I'm asking you both to leave right now. We're trying to finish the meeting. This is a public meeting, not a hearing. Thank you. I'm sorry, Lauren. Please leave. Good.
So Janet seconded, so all in
All,
favor?
all those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes?
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Lauren Rabin, I motion that we approve the nomination of Christina Linden to serve on the Riverside School Building Committee.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes?
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Lauren,
Okay.
oh, you said it? All right. Lauren Rabin, I motion that we nominate Evelyn Wilson to serve on the Riverside School Building Committee.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo is a yes?
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Lauren Rabin, I motion that we nominate Luigi Gillard to serve on the Riverside School Building Committee.
I'm actually going to abstain, so this is to you, Fred.
Fred Camillo seconds it. All those in favor, Fred Camillo of Luigi Gallardi. All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, I abstain.
Lauren Rabin, I motion that we nominate Louis Contadino as a member of the Riverside School Building Committee.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo's a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Lauren Rabin, I motion that we nominate Peter Kokoza as a member of the Riverside School Building Committee.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo is a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
And finally, Lauren Rabin, I motion that we nominate Stephen Pezdek as a member of the Riverside School Building Committee.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo is a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you, Lauren, for all of those.
Lauren, those go to RTM?
Yes.
Great. Seeing that there's no other business, is there a motion to adjourn?
Lauren Rabin, so moved.
Janet Stone McWigan, I second.
All those in favor, Fred Camillo is a yes.
Lauren Rabin, yes.
Janet Stone McWigan, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Ken. And thanks, everybody, for joining us.